the revision. Why is this better? From the start, lines not to be crossed. That is a good title. Why? It's drawing us in, plus it's connected to the paper. The theme, right? That's our purpose in writing. What's the theme? That some barriers can never be crossed, found in John Steinbeck's The Chrysanthemums, is exhibited through different elements. Remember when we were going through the text and marking things up? We saw that in all these different places. 300 words, pick one thing to talk about. Is exhibited through different elements. True. However, its greatest development is reflected in the character of Elisa. So what I have to show is I have to take this theme, right? And then how is this theme shown in the characterization of Elisa? Much, much better start. Remember that the opening should just be 1 to 2 sentences. Why? 300 words? It's gone just like that. One sentence here. That's really good. So what has to do next? Right? I have to focus on Elisa. So now what do we see? Boom, staying on topic. The relationship between Elisa and her husband Henry seems to be happy, yet he keeps his wife at a distance. Okay, prove it. What's your evidence? So what do? I have a quote. Now, where did I get this quote? I got it from the story. So remember, we have to cite the page number. Avoid big quotes. How do we do that? We create an ellipse. That's okay to do. Remember, we're working with fiction. There's no way to take a whole, paragraph and squeeze it in here because that would just burn up the word count. Can't do it. Okay, so what do? We keep going. We have to have the quotes. This is evidence to support our claim. Now, what do we see, right? Some barriers can never be crossed, okay? The world of women, the world of men. Where did we see that? We saw that when we were working with the story. Now, please do this. So here I have my concluding sentence. He then returns to the barn, leaving Elisa behind in her flower bed, which emphasizes Elisa is kept at a distance and unable to cross this unseen line. What is this? What is that? That is a restatement of what? My theme. Some barriers can never be crossed, unable to cross this unseen line. Why is this good? Here I'm making clear connections for the reader, and I'm also showing to myself as well as the reader that I'm staying on topic. Boom. So is that the only example? No. Another example is shown when the peddler appears. Oh yeah? Prove it. So now what do I have to have? I have to have my evidence. Right? So here's my quotes in support. What's after each quote? Citation. Where did it come from? Now, how do I know that these quotes are in fact supporting my analysis of theme? Well, what do we see? Yep. What's happening? Some barriers not to be crossed. Where did we see that? That's in our main idea, our thesis. Wow. Okay. What do we have to have here again? Please remember, everybody, to have a good concluding sentence. Watch what happens here. This serves to distance himself and continue development of the theme, keeping Elisa behind her unseen obstruction. So what did I do? I go in and I have a restatement of what? My theme. Why do I restate it? Well, I just don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again because that's boring. I try not to be boring. Right? So what do we see? Oh, this is so much better. The paper's focused, staying together, good concluding sentences. And now here we have our closing. Ultimately, the reader's first glimpse of Elisa. Right, so what would I say I was going to be working with? Elisa, I had mentioned her at the beginning, right? Throughout the paper, what do we see? Elisa working in her flower bed, being kept apart from the rest of the world by a barrier. So how does that restatement of my main idea? Some barriers can never be crossed. You see that again in different elements, that we can't do everything. We don't want to bounce around. Just pick one thing and then go with it. And boom, nailed it. Get within that 10-word count. Okay. Again, this is posted. Please be aware of the grading standards, that word count is part of your grade, as well as accomplishing the purpose in writing, being a clear writer, avoiding fouls, all of those many things. Please remember, quotes count. Yeah, so if you don't have enough quotes, no, it's not going to be good. So wish everyone well going in and tackling this mini essay on fiction. Until we get to be together again, excuse me, be well, do good work, and keep in touch.